The morning light barely touches the window, but, another light is already on. A blue glow illuminates a face in the dark. It is the first thing we see when we wake. A phone. Our hand reaches for it before our feet touch the floor. We scroll, we check notifications, we see what happened while we slept. The world outside our bedroom is already inside our heads. This is the start of a typical day. It is a ritual many of us now share. We are connected before we are even fully awake. The journey to work is not a journey alone. On the bus, on the train, heads are bowed. Everyone is looking down. They are staring into small, bright screens. Fingers swipe and tap in a constant rhythm. Podcasts play through earbuds, drowning out the city's noise. Social media feeds offer a window into other people's lives. We watch stories, like posts, and leave comments. We are surrounded by people, yet we exist in our own digital bubbles. Each person is in their own world, a world that fits in the palm of their hand. At the dinner table, the glow continues. Families sit together, but are they truly present? A phone rests next to a plate. A notification buzzes and a conversation stops. A child watches a cartoon on a tablet instead of talking about their day. Couples eat in silence, their attention captured by different screens. These devices were meant to connect us. They promised a world without distance. But here in our own homes, they seem to build walls. We are sharing a meal, but are we sharing the moment? The day ends as it began. In bed, the phone is our final companion. We scroll through news feeds one last time. We watch a few more videos. We set our alarm and place the phone on the bedside table within easy reach. The blue light fades, but the connection remains. Even in sleep, our minds are wired. The digital world hums quietly, waiting for us to wake up and plug back in. This cycle repeats itself, day after day. It has become the normal rhythm of our lives. This is our new reality, a life lived through screens. We work online, we socialize online, we shop, learn, and play online. The internet is woven into every part of our existence. It is a powerful tool. It has given us incredible opportunities. We can speak to loved ones across oceans. We can access all of human knowledge with a few clicks. It has made the world smaller and more accessible. We have adapted to this new way of living. We have embraced the convenience and the connection it offers. But a nagging feeling is growing, a sense of unease. We feel anxious when our battery is low. We feel a phantom vibration in our pocket. We feel a compulsive need to check for updates, for likes, for messages. Is this just adaptation? Are we simply evolving alongside our technology, or is something else happening here? We tell ourselves we are in control. We can stop whenever we want. But can we? The line between using a tool and being used by it seems to be blurring. We see the signs all around us. The distracted parent at the park. The student scrolling through Instagram during a lecture. The friend who cannot get through a conversation without checking their phone. These are small moments. They seem harmless on their own. But when you add them all up, they paint a troubling picture. A picture of a society that is always on but rarely present. We are more connected than ever, yet we report feeling more lonely. It is a paradox we are all living with. So we must ask the question, are we addicted to the internet? Is this constant need for digital stimulation a true dependency? Or is it just a phase, a temporary side effect of a technological revolution? This is not a simple question with an easy answer. It challenges our habits, our choices, and our understanding of what it means to be human in the 21st century. It is time to look closely at our wired minds. It is time to understand what this constant connection is really doing to us. The new normal begins the moment our eyes open. The first impulse is to reach for the device on the nightstand. The smartphone has become our modern-day alarm clock, but it is so much more. It is our window to a world that never sleeps. Before our feet even touch the cold floor, we are scrolling through social media feeds, catching up on news and checking emails. This digital check-in has become a non-negotiable part of the morning routine. The pattern continues with teenagers, confirming their social standing. For adults, the workday often starts long before they reach the office. This constant connectivity blurs the lines. There is no off switch. We have created a world where we never have to be bored. Every spare moment, every gap in our day is an opportunity to plug in. Waiting for a bus is no longer a time for quiet observation or letting the mind wander. It is a chance to play a quick game on our phone. Standing in line at the grocery store is not a moment of pause. It is an opportunity to scroll through an endless feed of images and updates. We have filled every empty space with digital noise. We have become masters at avoiding our own thoughts. The silence feels uncomfortable now, almost threatening. This constant stream of stimulation is particularly potent for young people. Consider the world of video games. It is a world of epic quests, fierce competition, and constant rewards. It is a world designed to keep you playing. For many teens, this digital realm feels more compelling than the real world. In the game, they are heroes. They are powerful. They are part of a team working towards a common goal. This sense of achievement and community can be intoxicating. It is a stark contrast to the often confusing and challenging reality of teenage life. School, chores, and social awkwardness cannot compete. Even our social lives have become a performance. We do not just meet friends for coffee anymore. We document the meeting. We take the perfect photo of our latte art. We carefully craft a caption to share with our followers. The experience itself seems secondary to the act of broadcasting it. We are curating our lives for an online audience. The pressure is to present a perfect, happy, and exciting version of ourselves. This can be exhausting. It creates a gap between our real lives and the idealized versions we project. We are always on stage, and when we are alone, we are never truly alone. The device in our pocket is a constant companion. It offers an escape from difficult emotions. Feeling sad, watch a funny video. Feeling lonely, scroll through pictures of friends. Feeling anxious, lose yourself in an online shopping spree. The internet provides an immediate, on-demand solution for any uncomfortable feeling. But it is a temporary fix. It distracts us from our problems, but it does not help us solve them. We are learning to numb ourselves instead of learning to cope. What happens when the connection is broken? A low battery warning can, honestly, trigger a genuine sense of panic. A lost phone can feel like, well, losing a part of yourself. We become agitated when the Wi-Fi is slow or when we find ourselves in an area with no signal. And you know, this feeling is real. It is a deep-seated anxiety. The device is no longer just a tool we use. It has become an extension of our own bodies, a phantom limb. We feel its absence acutely. We feel incomplete without it. This dependency reveals just how deeply ingrained these technologies have become in our lives. This anxiety is not just about missing out on messages or updates. It is a more fundamental unease. Without our phones, we are forced to be present in our own skin. We are left alone with our thoughts with no easy distraction. For many, this is a deeply uncomfortable experience. We have forgotten how to just be, how to sit quietly and observe the world around us, how to navigate a new place using a map instead of a GPS, how to strike up a conversation with a stranger without a screen to hide behind. We have outsourced these basic human skills to our devices. This constant need for connection affects our most intimate relationships. A couple lies in bed at night, side by side in the dark, but they are not with each other. They are in separate digital worlds, the glow of their phones casting a cold light on their faces. The silence between them is not peaceful. It is filled with the unheard noise of scrolling, tapping, and watching. The opportunity for closeness, for conversation, for intimacy is lost. The screen has become a barrier, a third person in the bed that demands all the attention. We tell ourselves we are in control. We believe we can unplug anytime we want, but the evidence suggests otherwise. The compulsive checking, the anxiety when disconnected, the prioritizing of the digital world over the real one. These are not signs of control. They are the hallmarks of a habit that has spiraled into something more powerful. It is the new normal. A state of being constantly wired, where the thought of disconnecting is more frightening than the consequences of staying plugged in. This is the reality we have built for ourselves, one notification at a time. Our brains are driven by dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to pleasure. Enjoyable activities trigger dopamine release, making us feel good and encouraging repetition. The digital world exploits this system. Notifications deliver small dopamine hits, rewarding us unpredictably. Like slot machines, this variable reward schedule creates a powerful feedback loop, driving constant phone checking. Over time, tolerance builds, requiring more stimulation. This can lead to compulsive behavior, trapping us in a dopamine loop. Our constant connection is changing how we think. The internet is an environment of constant interruption. Notifications, messages, and alerts are always pulling our focus away from the present moment. We are training our brains to be in a perpetual state of distraction. This constant switching of focus comes at a cognitive cost. Every time we are interrupted, our brain has to work harder. Our ability to concentrate is eroding. Researchers have used brain scanning technology to see what happens when we multitask. The brain's prefrontal cortex becomes overstimulated and less effective. This leads to mental fatigue, poor memory, and an inability to think deeply. By constantly rewarding distraction, we are rewiring our neural pathways. We are losing the capacity for contemplation and reflection. We may be sacrificing the very mental faculties that make us uniquely human. The science of scrolling taps into fundamental human instincts honed over millions of years. We are social creatures, and social media platforms have become the new digital tribes, offering belonging. A like signals social approval, telling our brain we are safe. These platforms also prey on our fear of missing out. Another instinct being hijacked is our brain's novelty bias. The endless scroll of content keeps our brains engaged and wanting more. These platforms are sophisticated systems designed to capture and hold attention, speaking to our deepest instincts. The pull of these hijacked instincts is often too strong to resist. The science is not happening by accident, it is happening by design. The world's brightest minds are working for tech companies to create engaging products. They conduct experiments to find out what keeps us clicking, watching, and scrolling. Every element is meticulously crafted to maximize our time on the platform. This is the attention economy, and our focus is the currency. Features like infinite scroll and autoplay keep us consuming content without a clear signal to stop. Algorithms learn what we like and show us more of it, potentially leading us down rabbit holes. The algorithm's only goal is to keep our eyes on the screen for as long as possible, regardless of our well-being. We are up against systems designed to be more compelling than we have the willpower to resist. Understanding this architecture is the first step in recognizing that our struggle to disconnect is a natural response. We measure the cost of our digital lives in data plans and battery life, but the true price is paid in missed moments. Look around a family dinner table. A father scrolls through work emails. A teenage daughter is texting under the table. A younger son is absorbed by a game on a tablet. They are physically present, but mentally absent. Ghosts at their own feast, sharing stories, listening to the answers. These interactions are where bonds are strengthened. But the screens have become barriers. The parent's head is down, their eyes fixed on a phone. The moment of shared joy is lost forever. The child's smile fades. The slow erosion of presence in our most important relationships. A couple sits on a park bench, not talking, each lost in their own feed. Friends meet for coffee, but the conversation is constantly interrupted by notifications. We are sacrificing the depth of real-world connection for the breadth of a digital one, and we don't even notice what we are losing. The costs are psychological. Online communication is fundamentally different from face-to-face interaction. In person, we receive non-verbal cues that allow us to understand what the other person is truly feeling. Online, most of this data is lost, leading to a decay of our ability to empathize. It's easy to be cruel when you cannot see the hurt in the other person's eyes, or forget there is a real human on the other side of the screen. We watch curated highlight reels of seemingly perfect lives, distorting our perception of reality. This breeds feelings of envy and inadequacy. This erosion of empathy has profound consequences for society. A society that lacks empathy is more divided and less capable of solving complex problems together. While our minds are lost in the digital realm, our bodies are paying a heavy price. One common complaint is digital eye strain. Staring at screens makes our eyes work harder and become dry and irritated. Our sleep is also under assault. The blue light emitted by screens disrupts melatonin production, impacting our sleep-wake cycle. Then there is the issue of our posture. We spend hours hunched over devices, straining our neck and back. Our sedentary lifestyle is another major concern. This lack of activity is linked to health issues like obesity and heart disease. By choosing screens over activity, we deny our bodies a fundamental need. Our bodies are keeping score, even when we are not paying attention. Every moment spent on a screen is a moment lost elsewhere. The hours we give to scrolling, gaming, or streaming are hours not spent learning, connecting, or simply being. These small choices add up. Days, even weeks, lost each year. For children, the cost is even higher. Time not spent playing, exploring, or building real-world skills. The greatest loss is often invisible. The erosion of our inner lives, our ability to reflect, to be quiet, to just exist. The price of a stolen moment is high. The price of a stolen self is immeasurable. The digital tide can be turned. More people are choosing to unplug, not from technology itself, but from its grip on their lives. It starts with small conscious acts, screen-free dinners, digital sunsets, turning off notifications. These choices create space for real connection and rest. They remind us that our attention is valuable, and we decide how to spend it. The movement is quiet, but it's growing. This is how the tide begins to turn. The goal isn't to reject the internet, but to use it mindfully. Set intentions before picking up your phone. Are you seeking information, connection, or just distraction? Use technology to help track your screen time, set limits, curate your digital space. Families are making tech contracts together, building a culture of mindful use. It's about creating a digital environment that serves you, not the other way around. Together, we can redefine our relationship with technology. The antidote to distraction is deep engagement, what psychologists call flow. Flow comes from focused work and play, not from endless scrolling. Protect time for deep tasks, turn off devices, set boundaries, and value quality over speed. Hobbies, art, and reading rebuild our attention and creativity. At first it's hard. Our minds crave stimulation, but persistence brings back focus and joy. We rediscover the satisfaction of creating, not just consuming. In flow, we come home to ourselves. Turning the tide means returning our attention to the real world. Nature, conversation, and shared experiences ground us in the present. Put the phone away. Give others your full attention. Rediscover the joy of play, the power of silence, and the richness of face-to-face connection. These moments build lasting bonds and self-awareness. A balanced life isn't about abandoning technology, but putting it in its proper place. The real world is the home we're meant to live in. We stand at a crossroads, more connected yet more disconnected than ever. The story isn't over. We can choose a different path. By reclaiming our attention, we invest in what matters: relationships, creativity, and inner peace. The challenge isn't to abandon technology, but to use it with intention and wisdom. The future is unwritten, and we are its authors. The next chapter is ours to create. The journey through the wired world leads to a fundamental point: choice. The device becomes a tool of distraction through the habits we form. Understanding this is the first step toward dismantling its power. The power to change rests in our hands. If you saw a reflection of your own life, the distracted dinners, the anxious scrolling, the missed moments, then its purpose has been served. The goal was to spark honest self-reflection. It's about making small, deliberate choices every day. The choice to leave the phone behind. The choice to turn off notifications. The choice to put your device away. The choice is yours.